Welcome, ladies and gentlemen from the second YouTube channel. Today, we have another Tier 3 sub VOD review. This time, for the first time ever, Omen Sunset Platinum Uno, not dos, Uno. We have the PvK, which we already coached, but the last time he actually played Sage, and as far as I remember, the VOD was terrible. Let's see what the PvK has to say to us. By the way, if you want to get a VOD review, you can submit a VOD on my Discord server for a free VOD review when I'm doing the giveaways, or you can buy a tier 3 Discord sub and I'm gonna guaranteely do a VOD review as soon as possible. Other than that, there's coaching and that's it, but also you can just win a giveaway on every 50 Twitch subs. I think the next giveaway is right now, like after the stream I'm gonna make like another giveaway for coaching. Now, he says, currently, I'm Platinum 1 on an alt account. Main didn't play anything except placement, so it's still Silver 3. He's Silver 3 on a main account and Platinum 1 on alt? That's why I'm telling you guys. Play on 3 accounts simultaneously, 2 accounts at least. Like, once you fuck up MMR of 1 account, it's not worth playing on it anymore. If you're below Immortal 1. If you're below Immortal. Like, if your MMR on the account is shit, just switch it, go to the next account, and that's it. Like, fuck the skins, man. Don't even buy them, like... It's a scam, anyways. Now, peak rank is Platinum 2 last episode. Not bad. Took a break from Valorant competitive for 2 acts or so. Didn't get time to play much, so only played when I could. Came back after exams and decided to try to push my peak rank and get diamond. But I have been doing horrible this act. Losing 1 versus 1 fights a lot. Spraying poorly and crouching too. Looking for advice to get back into it. The best advice that I can recommend you when you don't play Valorant for a long time and you come back is give yourself some time. Like, don't let your poor performance impact your mental health. First of all, it would be great for like 1 or 2 weeks if you're playing on your secondary account instead of your main, just to warm up a bit and, you know, get your brain functioning again. And I heavily recommend you have some kind of a consistent training routine. But not only a training routine where you, I don't know, open the Kovacs or Deathmatch for like 10 or 20 minutes and you're just shooting the targets. Meaningful, like focus on every aspect of your mechanical skill. Practice tracking, crosshair placement, utility usage in a custom service. Go in a TDM and practice, I don't know, flicking, reaction time. Like, there's so many different trainings that you can do in Valorant to fix your mechanical skill and overall skill as a player. And what majority of the players are doing that I'm coaching, they hop onto Deathmatch and they're like, okay, I'm done. That's it. Bro, there's so many other skill sets that you need to fix. Like, you should not only focus on flicking and shooting the heads, bro. Like, Valorant is so much more than that. Now, played this amount of games this act already, like 80. That's fine. And my KD is less than 1. That's really terrible. Like, if you have less than 1 KD in a rank where you're right now, that means that you don't deserve the rank, number 1. And number 2, with 1 KD, with KD below 1, like, it's really, really hard and really unlikely that you will be ranking up. Like, you need to learn how to trade yourself in eco rounds, hull by rounds. You need to learn, like, how to be disciplined. You take a kill, get the fuck out. How to abuse multiple different angles to fight enemies in individual fights. And to dissect fights better. Like, if you have below 1 KD, you don't deserve the rank where you are, number 1. Number 2, ranking up is gonna be hell of a time solo queue. Now, I don't know why I'm dying in stupid ways a lot, as I just said right now. And while I might have a good game with 25 kills, it would usually be accompanied by high amount of deaths. Discipline, understanding how to pick the smart fights. And when losing, I die even more and end up with a KD like 516. Amazing. So hoping that a VOD review might help put things into perspective. Okay, let's see his tracker. So let's put the rank up there. In this VOD, he's Platinum 1, so we're gonna say he's Platinum 1. He deranked to Gold 3. Okay. So my dude, you know, Platinum 1, he started playing on this account, Gold 2, Platinum 1. To be fair, you know, you're not really putting that many games into your account. Like, I always say to the players, if you truly want to rank up in Valorant and become a better player, you need to play a minimum of 3 games per day. If you're not playing at least 3 matches per day, you cannot expect any improvements, essentially. 3 games with a consistent warm-up, consistent aim training, and a consistent training routine that is focused on something else that is not aim. Okay? Good. Now, when it comes to like statistics, like 127 ADR is really bad. Really, really bad. Like, you know, generally I tell to the players, like, you know, if you have below 140 ADR and below 1 KD, you're doing something you are not capable of carrying the matches. Like, you are not impactful enough player. Now, he plays a lot of Sage, which I don't like. And to be honest, my man, like, you're finding a lot of success with Omen and Phoenix. But fuck the Sage. Why the fuck you're playing Sage and Killjoy? Look at this, my dude has like 54% win rate with Phoenix, 1.07 KD, 152 ADR. Bro, why the fuck are you playing Sage and Killjoy? Play Phoenix, play Omen, that's it. I mean, with Yoru, I'm not even gonna comment on these agents. You have like 7 games on Yoru, 7 games on Harbor, like, that's nothing. But 24 matches, 39 games, like, fuck filling in these lobbies. I always tell to the players in Valorant, play the agents that you're comfortable on, number 1. And if you already are performing with some agents better than others, it is stupid to fill. And it is stupid to play something that is already not working for you. A lot of the players in Valorant, they stay kind of in this loop. As soon as I get the scoop, I'm going to keep in the loop. I'm going to kill myself after this, in-game, of course. So, once you find the secret sauce, you know, keep abusing it. In the lobbies below Immortal 3, team compositions seriously don't matter. You can play with 4 duelists and 1 controller, absolutely fine. That's why I always recommend to players below Immortal 3, learn the fucking Omen, even if you don't enjoy playing him. Number 1, you're still with Omen. You're a duelist, initiator, sentinel, and the controller. Omen will develop your brain in a completely different direction from any other agent. And number 3, you're able to fill in the games where you don't have a controller. And now, based on your statistics here, Phoenix is also working good for you. So let's pick up the Phoenix and Omen. Their playstyle is not really the same, but it can be similar. Now, I cannot explain that in this VOD review how and why, but it can be similar. Now, when it comes to maps, where are you terrible? On Ascent, you have a good win rate, but it's not really because of the Killjoy, to be honest. On Ascent, I would recommend you to play maybe Phoenix in this elo. Phoenix on this elo on Ascent is really good. Like, Omen doesn't have that many strategies now because, you know, one-way smokes are really hard and all of that shit. But play Phoenix. Install Phoenix. Fuck it. Go in. Haven. On Haven, you actually have a high win rate with Sage. But on Haven, I think Phoenix, once again, can be an easy pick for you. But to be honest, if you already have such a... probably your impact is 0, man. Like, with Sage on this map. On Haven, you know, learn how to play Omen. Pick up the Omen and Phoenix dominate. On Sunset, Phoenix, Omen, easy. Bind, Omen is the monster of Bind. You just need to boost your IQ for 10%. Apply everything that I explained in my Omen playbook for Bind on Discord server. Repeat the plays 24/7. After 1 month, you will shit on these players. Like on Bind, if you have like below 60% win rate with Omen, I don't know what you're doing, man. Like, it's so easy to play that agent. Split. On Split, definitely, like, Omen is Giga Chad. Like, Omen is also like king of Split. Alongside Jet and Raze. Pick up the Omen. On Lotus, I think you should learn how to play Phoenix. Like, Omen is okay on Lotus, but I feel that in this elo, below Immortal 1, especially considering your overall win rate, learn how to play Phoenix. And on Breeze, My dude is playing Harbor. And my dude is playing Harbor and Killjoy on Breeze. You quite literally hate yourself. Like, I would suicide myself if I was playing Harbor and Killjoy on Breeze. Pick up something, you know, you can play Omen as a secondary controller. If you don't have a Viper, pick up the Phoenix. Fuck it. And learn the Viper if you know, like, it's like, even if you're not maining Viper, it is worth learning the Viper on Breeze, so that if nobody plays the Viper on Breeze, at least you know her. Because on Breeze, Viper plays such a significant role in your overall win rate. Very significant role. Like, I'm not a Viper player. Am I? I'm not. Like, basically, but I still play Viper on 2 maps. Breeze and Pearl. Because it's very important to know this agent on these 2 maps. Of course, I don't play Viper in a conventional way, in some passive bullshit. I throw my Molotovs, take the space. I play the Operator Viper on a defender and attacker side of Breeze, when I can punish the enemies. Like, you need to, you know, include different playstyles. But Harbor and Killjoy, get that shit out of here, brother. Now, when it comes to the weaponry, okay, Vandal is there. You're performing slightly better with the Fenta, but nothing significant. You have 60 kills only. Where is the Stinger? None. Fuck the Spectre, guys. Like, buy the Spectre only in a second round if you win the first round. In every other fucking round, Stinger, Bulldog, Guardian, Sheriff, Marshal, Shorty, everything is better than a fucking Spectre. So, you win the first round. Second round, buy, is decided by what you saved from the first round, and also by the map that you're playing. If you're playing Breeze, second round, Marshal. Fuck it. If Guardian, Marshal, Bulldog, whatever you want. Icebooks, Marshal, Guardian, Bulldog. Bind, Judge, Stinger. Split, Judge, Stinger. Ascent, Judge, Stinger. So, how the fuck you have 82 kills with the Spectre? And I would recommend you to play op a bit more, like, just to learn. Like, for example, on your secondary account, you can maybe try to learn Operator a bit more. And op is a must. You must learn it. Like, op, Stinger, Vandal or Phantom, Judge, Shorty, Classic, and Sheriff. Those 7 weapons every single player should master, no matter what it doesn't matter which agent you're playing. You need to master using these 7 weapons. The rest of the weapons, okay, I mean, you can use them, but they're not that important. Holy lolly, man, what the fuck are you doing in pistol rounds? My dude in pistol rounds doesn't even kill 1 enemy. 93 ADR. Ay. First round strategies, 0. 0 points. He just played a match right now and he lost it. Now he's 44-45. Yo, dude, what is this Yoru Haven, huh? Breeze Harbor. Of course you're gonna lose in this elo with Breeze on Harbor. Ascent, Killjoy. Then he picks a bit of Killjoy, a bit of Jet, a bit of Sage, but he didn't master anything. Listen, I'm giving you a challenge. There's no debating here. There is a challenge for you. For the next 3 months, give yourself 3 months, 2 months, until the end of this year. Play only Omen and Phoenix. Master these 2 agents in every fucking scenario, and you will find 10 times more success than filling in and doing this type of bullshit. Only Phoenix and Omen, and maybe Viper and Breeze. So your full tracker should be filled with Omen, Phoenix, and Viper. Story done. He's really good on Phoenix and even Omen. Like, he has 57% win rate this act with Omensky. This really nice, man. Really nice. Killjoy is 42% win rate, 0.88 KD. My dude hates himself, man. Do you know, there's not a lifetime where Charlatan is playing in gold and platinum and he is maining Killjoy or Sage. Literally. But actually with Sage, he has a high win rate and 1.01 KD, like. But still, ADR is poor. With Phoenix, like, this is really fucking good. Probably, like, his pathings and executes with Phoenix is, like, non-existent. Okay. Let's see now what he's doing. I think we're ready. We're ready for some epic Omen gameplay on Sunset. And the first time reviewing the Sunset. By the way, guys, I'm not really the Sunset GOAT. I'm still learning the map myself as well. But I'm gonna give you my initial impressions and what is important on this map. Bro, I mean Omen and Phoenix. Again, 200 rank rating in 1 day with Phoenix. I don't know why people are sleeping on that agent. Like, I feel that Phoenix is 10 times better choice than Yoru, then Neon, and then Reyna. Like, 6 ultimate points for a free life to push into the site. Give me a break. And the flashes are really good, like, and everything. Everything, bro. Are we starting on the attack or are we starting on the attack? Okay. Let's see VOD. We don't have the spike. Okay, boys. Soon set. So, the story goes like this. Oh, I cannot listen to this music at all, man. Get away from this music. Listen. Attacker side on Sunset. So, in the earlier stages of the game, so in the first, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, the best idea on this map, on the attacker side, is to focus yourself on pressuring the enemies on mid, market, and B site, primarily. Because I see a lot of the players, especially in the lower ranks, they have no idea how to defend the mid, market, and B site. On this map, B site is our default bomb site. Whoever follows me understands, you know, what is a default site. Now, with that being said, in the first round, regardless of your team composition, regardless of the enemy's team composition, 5-man push through the B main, and you're doing some kind of an aggressive play with Omen. Then, based on how that round goes, you decide what to do in the second round. Let's see right now. So, first round starts. I'm playing Omen on Sunset. Hey guys, let's push 5B. We take a classic light shield, 2 smokes, and 2 shrouded steps. We're pushing here. We're jump spotting enemies instantly here. After the jump spot, we can place a smoke there, clearing these angles, jump spotting enemies again, doing a deep smoke there. After that smoke, we're teleporting in this cubby position that we created with a smoke, and then we can contest the enemies here and fight them together with our teammates, or you can extend the push and try to outmaneuver the enemies through the smoke, triple click them onto their head, and take the backside control. This smoke is really good because it allows you to do this basically, and then you can pick the enemies from this position, and then one angle at a time, you can clear everything one by one, one by one. You don't need to over-aggress the enemies, just take the frontside control, plant the spike, and that's it. Usually on this map, the best idea is to plant the spike here, because spike is visible from every single possible angle, and also up on this position, you can do a one-way that completely neglects the enemies from defusing the spike. So that is the best plant spot for this map. Now let's see what he does and what's gonna go into the first round. I would never, like this map is very close range and medium range map. In the first round on almost every single agent, I would go with a classic light shield and utility. Like it doesn't make sense to buy the ghost on this map. Now, this smoke setup in the first round is terrible. Absolutely horrific. So, this smoke setup that he did. So, he did a smoke here and a smoke here. When do you want to do this setup? Including the paranoia here. When enemies are eco and half buy and you're playing a full buy round. Or if you notice that enemies that are defending the site are terrible, and your teammates are really good at pushing the site, and you can trust them, that's when you do this setup. So this is a default Omen execute and default setup for the push onto the B site. But this type of a setup, I would never in my life use in the first round. I don't know how much I can trust my teammates. I need to push in front of them or together with them. I don't know if they're going to have the balls to execute the site. And one of the primary rules of the first round in Valorant is the first round should never be some kind of a round where you're splitting, flanking, lurking, over-rotating, and so on. You really want to make sure that you can execute that site no matter what, because every single rotation on the attacker side might cost you a few of your teammates. Like a few of your teammates can die because they're going to make some kind of a mistake. Maybe they're not going to keep a proper distance between each others. Maybe they're not going to clear the angles properly. Not going to have a proper utility usage once they're executing the A site and so on. So, in the first round, when you're playing Omen, go with your most aggressive teammates in front and go for the execute. No matter fucking what. For example, if you don't have any recon utility here, so you're afraid to go for this teleport because your teammates are not pushing in. This is not revealed. Do first one fake teleport like that, and then do this teleport. Use your TP as a recon tool to reveal the enemies there, and there, and then teleport in this position. If you see the enemies here, obviously you're not gonna teleport in this spot. So use your brain. I can also see that we didn't see the full first round. I can also see that in this round, like you didn't follow up your teammates at all. I don't know what. I don't know how are you here? You already did both of your smokes, and your teammates are already in the A main area of the map. Like you need to learn with Omen to do the smokes as you're rushing in.
You're pushing too top.
Now, God help us with this rotation.
Alright, we either push or we leave. Decide now.
Okay.
I'm gonna flash.
Also, listen. It's very, very important. Like, this is not something that a lot of the players are thinking about. Like, why map awareness is important? Map awareness is important, like, for enormous amount of reasons. Like, literally, I can name you, like, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, information from minimap is crucial for you. But, whenever, like, 50% of times, your eyes should be somewhere on the screen, and 50% of times up there. Especially when you have no idea what your teammates are gonna do, or, you know, like, what we should be doing at that moment of time. Like, when I'm looking at the minimap, I'm not only observing where my teammates are at that moment of time, which fights they're fighting, but I'm also observing, like, the body posture of my allies. Like, the body posture of your teammates can tell you a lot when it comes to what your teammates are gonna do next. Here, if I see 3 of my teammates looking towards the A main, 3 of my teammates are looking towards the A main. My Gecko is using a flash. They're pushing in. There's nothing for me to do here, covering the backside. B-main, sorry, B-main. Like, literally, I see a lot of the players are watching this flank while his teammates are pushing in. Like, killing this guy that is flanking and lurking right now means nothing if your teammates on the B site are gonna die like a potatoes. First focus on taking the bomb site, then focus on killing the guy that is potentially lurking or flanking. Because you have 0 information here. How do you have the info that one guy is lurking and flanking? I didn't hear anyone. We didn't see anyone. And look at your teammates. Fighting the Phoenix. Where the fuck are you, man? Where the fuck are you? You could have compensated all of this. You could have refragged all 3 of these guys. You could have. Instead of that, you just wasted your time in the A main area of the map.
Yeah, we should have rotated. I knew that.
Hey man, where can I find the Omen rank playbook? On my Discord server. but you need to be like, just type on my Discord server exclamation mark playbook. This is impossible. Like, listen, like if you're already in these 1 versus 5 clutch scenarios, try to use your ability to the full potential. Like, you need to use your utility to outplay with the enemy's mind and isolate enemies in a 1 versus 1 fights. So this was the example right now. I know that the Phoenix is backside. I know that the enemy Omen is here. I know that the Killjoy is there. So I have the enemy smoke on my face. Let's do a smoke like this. Fake teleport, making the Omen think that I teleported there. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Omen dead. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Killjoy dead. Now I know the Phoenix is backside. Let's clear the smoke. And then we go for a 50-50 fight. Because we are 3 versus 1 and, you know, we need to kill that Phoenix as soon as possible because the rest of the enemies rotate. Then we are planting the spike. With the second smoke, we are maybe isolating this angle. We can maybe go into the smoke and try to see what the enemies are going to do. Like, essentially, of course, this heavily depends on your raw mechanical skill and whether or not you'll be able to kill all of these enemies. But this is much smarter way of playing this 1 versus 5 rather than just, my dude just did this. Bam. Omen is there. Killjoy is there. Phoenix is there. I mean, even if you're 10s playing against these gold and platinum players, I mean, that's really fucking hard. You know, like killing all three of these players at that moment of time.
Wow.
Now, on this map, generally, what I advise players in my coaching sessions is to hit the beast at 3 rounds in a row. To create an unpredictable pattern of pushing and to test the enemies on 1 bomb site. And based on the information that they get from the first 3 rounds, you can decide to maybe switch your focus on mid, A, splitting the B set and so on. Because in the 4th round, let's say you push the B set 3 rounds in a row. In the 4th round, enemies have no idea what you're going to do next. You put enormous amount of mental pressure onto the enemies, basically towards the B site. So maybe in that 4th round, you can just do 1 fake smoke, send one of your teammates onto the B site, and maybe enemies are going to pull some kind of a fast lurk or fast flank. 4 of you guys are waiting here, and you take ace for free. That is much better and much smarter than, you know, falling underneath the AB pattern, always trying to do different stuff left and right. Test the enemies first on 1 bomb site, and then see whether or not that site is actually the solution. Because B set of a sunset, you can push in any round. You can push in an eco round, hull by round, force by round, full by round. Like, it is so easy to close the gap with the enemies. You know, with the smokes here, and a smoke here, and a smoke here, is just stupid. Like, in the 2nd round, I mean, right now we are forcing.
Oh, absolutely.
We're not forcing. Okay, so we lost the 1st round. What can we do in the 2nd round? Let's do the same execute. You know, let's buy a shorty. Let's buy 2 smokes, 2 shrouded steps. Jump spot this angle. Take this space here. And now we can do a smoke here. And a smoke here. We teleport into this cubby smoke. And now we can maybe kill this guy here. Maybe we can use this smoke to close the gap with the enemies here. And trade ourselves for an easy kill. Or from these smokes, we can just fake shrouded step, reveal the enemies. Aha, 1 enemy is there. Bam, take the gun. That's it. Whenever you're eco and halberd with Omen, you want to turn on your aggressive mode. Like, you cannot play supportive playstyle. You need to go in front of your teammates, and that's why in the 2nd round, on both attackers and defender side, if I lose the 1st round, you'll see that I play a shorty and I get really up close and personal with the enemies.
Same.
That's about it.
You at least got something legendary or like not all blues like I did.
Go droid set up mid.
Yeah.
From mid.
I can definitely see, like, already from the first 2 rounds, you still have a huge problem when it comes to your crosshair placement. I don't know if I ever shared with you some kind. I think I shared with you some kind of a routine to do. I don't know if you actually completed that routine. Let me just check it. I think I shared with him some kind of an aim training or general training routine. Oh, I did share one thing. I don't know. We'll see. I started doing it last week. I can see. Because definitely, like, you know, this crosshair placement needs to be fixed. You need to spend some time in a custom server, in a deathmatch, like this is terrible crosshair placement for peeking some of these angles. It's way too
You didn't have to...
high or low.
I want in 40 seconds.
Flashing behind us.
Okay. Listen, now, like, if you already decide to play a classic pistol in a first round, when the enemies are close to you, go for the right click. Like, gamble. I know it is RNG, but that is your best chance to actually kill that enemy. Like killing an enemy that is running with you, towards you, with a Spectre, and going for the one-taps. Possible, but fucking hard, you know? Like here, if I heard the enemy Sky running towards me here, jump onto his face, triple shot, and that's it. Gamble. This is the number one thing that I hate when it comes to coaching Valorant players. Like, if you go 1 round B, 1 round A, 2nd round B, 4th round A, 5th round mid, that is the absolutely worst pattern of pushing that you can have in Valorant. Number one, you're never learning fully when it comes to, like, what enemies are doing on a specific site. Like, you can never truly learn, like, how enemies play on B, like eco rounds, hull by rounds, full by rounds, etc. Number two, you're extremely predictable and easy to read. Like, it is much more unpredictable pushing the same site 12 rounds in a row rather than going A, B, C, D, E, F, G. On Sunset, test the enemies on the B side, market and mid, for the first, like, 3 to 4 rounds. And then, if that is not working for you, if you don't have any reads onto the enemies, any idea how to counter them, switch things up.
Or push mid to A.
I got there, Ozzy.
Okay.
AJ was set up here last.
Hawk out.
Ooh, one advice that I need to give you on Sunset. If you're playing controllers on Sunset, if you don't have any good callout for that round, like you have no idea what you're gonna do, where you're gonna end up, and what you're gonna push, keep this smoke 24/7 as your default smoke, just to deny some information from the enemies. And this smoke is really, really good to keep it as a default smoke, especially if you have maybe 1 or 2 teammates that are maybe working up mid or taking the mid control. Like, basically, it's the same idea when you're playing split on the attacker's side. Like, having a vent smoke, like when you're just defaulting or not doing anything, is a good idea. Even if you have 1 or 2 teammates in mid, that smoke is going to be useful.
I'm pushing hard A.
We need to connect with our teammates a bit faster. Okay, let's go. Okay. Now, in this specific round, he wanted to flash the Omen there, but the Sage was in front of him. Would that flash be okay? Absolutely. Like, if by flashing your allies, you're gonna support the rest of your team in some kind of a way, or you're gonna support that specific teammate in some kind of a way, or if you are gonna get a kill, yeah, sure. Flash your teammates, flash everybody, flash the enemy, and just take that kill. A lot of times I intentionally flash both enemies and my teammates just so that the result of the fight is null. Like, nobody dies. If I think that my teammates are picking some kind of a fight that is mentally ill, basically.
Market to B.
Now, generally on Sunset, this is kind of the worst scenario in which you can be. Like, on this map, people love to lurk and flank quite a lot. But a fucking a lot. Like, if already you have, I don't know, 3 to 4 teammates that are working up mid, there needs to be someone in the B main. You know? Especially if you don't have any sentinel utility to cover up these choke points here and here. Like in this match, I mean, you don't have a Sage, but you don't have a Killjoy or Cypher, so I don't know what to tell you about this. Like, I see a lot of the players, they kind of get stuck on mid, and they have no idea what to do next. Once you're stuck on mid, make some kind of a fast call out. If you already killed, in this example, one guy in B, one guy on A. What can we read from the previous rounds? Sky is on A, rotating from A to B. Phoenix was the B player. Killjoy was also the B player. What do? Hey guys, let's reconnect in A main. Let's push A side together. After that kill, it doesn't really matter, because Phoenix is probably in the CT, B set or B main, and the Sky is, you know, A set.
64 on Sky, she has like 11.
One enemy remains.
After that kill, we go to the A side.
Someone's on side.
you need, like, listen, you need to pay more attention on supporting your most aggressive teammates. It's okay here that you ignored your Reyna. Personally, I don't feel very confident pushing as, you know, 1 or 2 through the mid here. I would definitely support this Sage, because taking the market control is far more important for us than taking a stupid top mid control. But once the Sage was running like a maniac there, keep the proper distance. Make sure that you can refray that guy no matter what.
64 on Sky, she has like 11.
Like, most aggressive teammates and teammates that are doing something useful, taking the space, are always your highest priority in a game of Valorant. Like, you want to support that guy. I love that Sky flashlight. That was really good.
Someone's on side, one on B.
I don't know why you're doing a smoke there, since your Sage is just pushing in. And also, please, like, when you're playing Omen, if your teammate is fighting the enemies in some kind of a fight that is lasting too long, or enemies are staying on the same position for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds, use your paranoia. If you can flash the enemy for your teammate to take an easy kill, do the flash immediately. Through the walls, through this, through that. Like, it's so stupid. I mean, based on the enemy's positioning and team composition, like, I would say that A set is kinda easy, no? Like, based on the first 3 rounds that we played, they have a Sky and Raze on A. Time we can just flash the A main area of the map, smoke the backside. I don't know. I mean, Raze and Sky can definitely defend the A set successfully, but they have a Killjoy, Omen, and Phoenix defending market and B site. But also, one really good information that we got is that enemies are not playing top mid at all. Like, Omen is alone on mid, Killjoy is market, and Phoenix is defending B set alone. I mean, not alone, there's 3 of them there. Not so very normal, what's 3, man? This teleport, is the absolute waste. I have no idea what was the idea behind this teleport. Like, if you already want to go through the short area of the mid, start at the short area of the mid. Like, why did you waste your TP here? There was absolutely 0 reason for you to teleport at this moment of time. Okay. Very good. Now, what kind of information we have? Always think. Read the enemy's positioning. Like, what happened in the previous rounds, in the previous matches, is very important for you. You need to keep your brain occupied in a game of Valorant. Sky and Raze are A players. We just killed Omen and Phoenix. Killjoy is probably alone on the B side. Let's go. And listen, whenever your teammates are pushing through the market, always give them this smoke here. Like, this smoke is much more important than smoking the CT. Fuck the CT smoke. Like, smoke that, and now you know, you can flash the enemies at the backside, maybe in the main if you think enemies are there, and that's it. Especially when you're pushing in this type of a setup, where all 5 of you guys are pushing through the mid area of the map without the main control, I heavily recommend you to try to keep the proper gap between you and your teammates, most aggressive teammates, no matter what. Because I guarantee you, as your teammates are pushing the site, they're not going to be focused on clearing the B main area of the map first. And there's a huge chance they're going to die from this shit here. Basically, whenever you're pushing some kind of a site, only through the short area of the map, and you don't have the control of the long, your number one focus is clearing this. Always. So right now, I'm running towards my teammates in market, and I'm doing the smoke for the market right there.
Someone's aiming. Sky. I'm pumping.
Everything that you did right now, waste of time, and you don't understand how to play this scenario properly. Like, Valorant is a game of scenarios. You know, like, there's around 3,000 scenarios that you need to learn how to play in Valorant. But once you, like, actively, activate your brain to the full capacity, and you go through all of these scenarios, like, it's so easy. Imagine if we had a smoke right now for the market, and you played with your teammates. You would have killed this Killjoy. Killjoy was alone on B. Raisin, Sky are playing A. What the fuck are you doing at the top mid? Pay more attention on the minimap. Minimap awareness and overall game awareness. 0 fucking points. But a good thing for you, I also have a training for that. Believe it or not. I actually have 5 to 6 different training routines. So, if this is a consistent problem, we can fix that as well with some kind of a training. This is absolute nonsense what you're doing right now. Your spike is all the way on B. B is open and you're fighting top mid. Like, fuck lurking and flanking. When should you lurk and flank in Valorant? When should you lurk and flank in Valorant? So, number 1, you should play solo if your teammates are passive but bad. If your teammates are really passive and nobody's doing anything, go for some solo fights. Your primary focus is isolating one enemy, trying to make numbers advantage alone, and you're using all of your utility for yourself. Fuck your teammates. If you have the ultimate, and you have some kind of a plan to F up the enemies, sure. You can lurk, flank, try to F up the enemies with that plan and take space somewhere else, and that's it. Because with the ultimate, you can always reconnect with your allies and pick up the spike, no matter what your teammates do. And if you're playing maybe some of the eco and halberd rounds, you can lurk and flank. But generally speaking, in eco and halberd rounds, it's better to play as 5 towards one specific objective, because you have a classic pistol, stinger, sheriff, and enemies have the operator, vandal, phantom. Like, that 1 versus 1 fight is not gonna be nice.
Remaining.
Last one. Nice.
So far, some of these problems are not the problems because you have a bad mechanical skill, or because, I don't know, like, you have a bad utility usage. You have a bad mindset, bad map awareness, bad game awareness.
Yeah, let's do that.
Now, considering how terrible the enemies are on the B set and mid, I would keep abusing the mid, to be honest. Like, Omen and Phoenix are absolutely terrible at stopping your push through the market. Like, if your push through the market is working on Sunset, keep abusing it. Because losing this position on a defender's side, it's a really hard hit. Basically, as long as this is working, tell your teammates to do some kind of a 1-4 or 2-3 split through the mid. Give them the smoke here. Do the paranoia in the market for your allies. Do the second smoke here. Take the main control. Take the market control, and that's it. Dunzo. Is that for good on Sunset? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, baby.
Yeah, I got blind.
Now, let me tell you one thing. Whenever you're pushing A side of Sunset, we need to have some kind of a flash for this position here to push the enemies backwards. For both this and this position, actually. But if your teammates are already using a flash or stun for this and for this, you don't need to do anything. Do not waste your paranoia for this shit. It's much better if you use your paranoia as you're pushing the site to flash the enemy's backside or to flash the enemy's, I mean, quite literally backside and backside, like, well, whatever. But if your teammates are not using any utility to pressure the enemies here and here back, use the flash at the start of the round, instantly, bam, and that's it. But in this example, I think your teammates are gonna
Someone check.
use the flash.
Smoke down.
Stealing sight.
Ooh, oh, oof. This is so slow, man. Custom server, man. You need to spend some time in a custom server alone. Like, these setups, bro, this is taking you ages. This is taking you years, bro, to position these smokes. Like, first of all, you're doing the smokes way too fast and way too prematurely. And second of all, what is this distance between you and your spy carrier? Now, one additional tip for Sunset. Whenever you're pushing the A site, hyper-focus yourself onto taking the elbow control. Like, pushing the elbow and taking this control is far more important than taking control of this. Your teammates are gonna push this. You know, they're gonna fight the enemies there. As long as you give them the smoke here, like this, they're fine. You can leave them there. But your teammates will die in some gruesome ways in the elbow, because they won't clear the angles properly or take the proper fight. So I always prioritize myself on bap, clearing this, bap, jiggle picking that, bap, jump spot that, bap, clearing that angle, this angle, and then bap. Now, once you're getting out of this position and this position, we're doing the smoke for the backside. And when it comes to paranoia, I mean, you can use it here. You can use it for taking, you know, pressuring the enemies in elbow, or you can use it to basically flash the bomb site from this and this position. I know this looks very stupid, but that's how you are basically taking the ASA control. But you need to learn how to use your utility on the go as you're pushing with your teammates. Look at this. You're all the way here, and your Gecko is already fighting elbow. You're way too slow. Custom server, I love that you're focusing on precision of your utility, but you need to focus yourself also on moving while you're using your utility. I'm not asking you to be fast with the smokes. I'm just asking you to keep the proper distance while you're using the smokes.
Headshotted. 74 on the main raise.
By the way, whenever your pushes are this delayed, on the attacker side of Sunset, take some time to watch your anal cavity. There's a huge chance that enemies are gonna push you through the mid, enemies are gonna push you from behind, like, right now, I don't know, I would personally focus more on killing potential enemy that is behind me, rather than fighting the enemies on the site alone. And I would wait for my smokes to recharge, so we can reheat the site again.
Omen!
Behind you, behind you.
Uh-huh. Omen is behind us.
Needs heal. Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it. On this map, players really love to flank and lurk a lot. But a fucking a lot. Like, you need to be ready for this. And you need to think in this specific direction.
Came from. And if you want to, you can put a wall up here and we can.
But I have absolutely no idea, why did you change your playstyle? And why did you change your plan if something is already working for you? Like, the best rule that I can give you for Valorant is like, if something already works, there's no point changing it. Because what players are lacking the most in a game of Valorant is adaptiveness. I feel that the players in solo queue are willing to lose 6 to 8 rounds in a row in the absolutely same way before they actually adapt. If it ain't broken, don't fucking fix it. That's why a lot of the players are hard stuck below, like, Immortal 1. Like, I feel that, you know, I'm playing a match of Valorant and, you know, like, we're losing the game. We're like, I don't know, 0-8. In the ninth round, my teammates are like on the defender side. Let me play the A site. You know, let's stack this site. They have some kind of a plan. Where the fuck was that plan like 5 rounds ago? So don't change things. Well, what is this right now? I mean, yeah, in this round you have the ultimate and you can maybe lurk and flank and fake the A site. But to be honest, enemies on B side were terrible. They won the first round only because you didn't have the smokes and you didn't support your teammates at all. They won the second round because, I mean, you pushed the A side. Enemies are terrible on B. Let's fuck them up on mid and B. We don't need to do anything.
I'm mid, but
I mean, this fake can work, but there's no reason to go for it. Very good, very good. Look at that Phoenix. He's shit. They don't know how to fight your mid. Like right now, I would not be lurking through the A main area of the map. I would actually lurk through the B main. If I already want to lurk somewhere. Let's fuck up the Killjoy, Phoenix and Omen in the market and B main and mid. That's it. You need to like, this comes more with experience. And as you're doing the VOD reviews and as you're failing and testing your strategies and tactics, like, you need to become a bit better with determining, you know, where do you have the highest win potential. But the easiest way to determine, you know, where you should go and what you should primarily do on the attacker side is just asking yourself where the enemies have a poor defense and where the enemies like where did we fuck up the enemies in the previous rounds, or where the enemies have some kind of a stupid agent setup that cannot defend that bomb cell. Like for example, like on the B set of Sunset, if enemies don't have a single sentinel there, it's really hard to defend the B set without the sentinel. So just push B. I mean, in this specific game, like they do have a Killjoy
on me, but
that is defending like market and B, but Killjoy is terrible.
Oh.
Especially after getting that numbers advantage and after getting that kill. You have no business anymore in this A main area of the map. Rotate mid, play with your teammates, give them the smoke. Also, where's the smoke for top of the mid? If you saw that your teammates are contesting the mid, no matter what you're doing in this specific round, when you're playing Omen, you need to support your spy carrier and your teammates with smokes. Like even when I'm lurking and flanking, I always take some kind of a safe position, do the smokes, and then I continue with my flank and lurk. Your Reyna doesn't have a smoke for top mid. Your Reyna doesn't have a deep smoke for the market. Think about it.
One more market and one top mid.
Oh, dude, I didn't look away.
Take it A, yeah.
Okay, A is clear.
Yeah, it's free.
2 free kills, right?
One enemy
Very good, very good.
remaining.
Nice.
Last one on
I mean, this worked. Obviously, like this was also a okay plan because enemies were really like light on the rotations, and enemies were very repetitive on the defender's side. Like basically, they always play the same setup. So if you see a Sky and Raze on mid, you know that the A set is free. But it's kind of unnecessary risk, unnecessary complication of a round. The more you complicate your gameplay, the less success you're gonna find in these lobbies. But very well played at the end of the day.
Lose market. Last time.
Listen guys, like you know, on Sunset, same as on any other map, you have enormous amount of one-way smokes that you can use to stop the enemy's push. You know, this smoke here, you can just drop it like this, is gonna create a one-way there. Then up on this wall here, you can do so many one-ways. You see this, it is insane basically. Like you can put any one-way here, is gonna work and fuck up the enemies. On this position here, you can drop a smoke there, play this spot or this spot, and you can see the enemies legs and they don't see you. For the CT, obviously, I mean, you can just do a smoke on top of the boxes. You don't need to complicate it at all. But this smoke here, like, why? You know? And now in this 1 versus 3, just play together on the refrag potential and that's it. Let's close this round easily.
Pushing top mid.
But okay, this guy doesn't really care when it comes to keeping his location a secret. Okay.
Thing.
Honestly,
You know, how you play this round was okay. You kind of followed all of the rules, you know, like that I have for Omen players. But I just feel it is unnecessary complication since enemies are so terrible at defending mid and market. This type of a play I would have saved maybe if the match really goes to the shit. Like if I'm losing like 3-6, 3-7, something like that.
fuck is worth the shot, right?
Yeah, go for it. AJ, AJ,
First of all, if you're holding the enemy's aim and push, so if you're playing default and you're holding the push of the enemies from aim in, the best idea is to hold this tight angle here and to hold this angle here or this tight angle here. Like you should never find yourself in an open area here. When it comes to these micro adjustments and when it comes to this problem that you have right now, you need to commit to the training routine that I've already given you. You know, doing that custom server practice, range practice, practice in the aim ups in Kovacs. Like, come on, man. But also after this VOD review, I'm gonna share with you another training example. By the way, also one thing that I would recommend you is to use a bit higher sensitivity during the aim training for every single static task. Because I feel that your micro corrections are shit. And I'm gonna explain you the reason for this after the stream.
AJ,
Nice.
Need someone.
But once again, like we come back to that topic. Why the fuck are we complicating things? This is why I hate some of the coaches that just love to complicate stuff. Like, bro, once you find the weakness of the enemy's team, abuse that weakness as long as the enemies don't adapt. And when the enemies adapt, try it one more time, because maybe it was just a matter of luck that they won that specific round. And if something doesn't work 2 times in a row, then do something different.
I want to just try something stupid and just all run down B. Just
Oh
straight
yeah,
up
no,
run.
I like that idea.
Alright, buy hipfire guns, let's go.
They never, I don't ever flash. They're not aiming.
Listen, in eco and hellbire rounds, if you're pushing the B side with Omen, I really recommend you to go like for the shorty light shield utility or shorty in general. I feel it is really, really easy for you to get a kill and to trade yourself. Like for example, look at this. You know, shorty light shield. 2 smokes, 2 shot steps, and a paranoia. We do a smoke maybe here because it's an eco hellbire round. But we can do also smoke like this, it's fine, or smoke like this. Basically, this is my default smoke for the market, which I use in the full buy rounds and pistol round to support my teammates, and that's it. This smoke sometimes I change if I feel that my teammates are getting fucked from that angle, but sometimes. And this smoke I usually use when I'm pushing the B side in full eco rounds and hellbire rounds. Then we just use a smoke here like this with a cubby location, here like this, or we can do a deep smoke like that, flashing the enemies on right or left, teleporting, and that's it. You don't need to do any more aggression than this. Then from this position we can enter the smoke with a shorty, try to kill this guy at the backside. Maybe we can go back into this smoke, do a few fake TPs to see where the enemies are, killing the enemies. But generally speaking, in the ranks below Ascendant 1, players really really love to play in the smokes and around the smokes. So when the enemy see this type of a smoke in a gold or platinum elo, trust me, someone is gonna be inside of it. And then, you know, that guy's not gonna expect you playing a shorty with a light shield on the attacker's side. You pick up his gun, voila. Now you're not playing a eco round anymore, you're playing a full buy round. Much better. This is much better than buying a stupid sheriff. You know, I'm relying on your raw mechanical skill to go for the one-tips. Like, this is one of the many reasons why I prefer Omen over any other agent in the game. Like, in every round, it doesn't matter if it's an eco, half buy, full buy round, you have some kill potential. As long as you become a master of multiple weapons. Okay, okay. In this example, it's fine that you stopped your push. This is okay. This, I mean, it's an eco hull by round. You still have the ultimate to pick up the spike. It's fine. Because Omen, enemy Omen just teleported right here. You know, I would have done the same shit. And this is a really good repositioning as well. So this is good. Bro, enemy Omen is aware? What? Hello?
I don't bomb this time.
Did he hear you there? Bro, enemy Omen is fucking Gandhi, man. The dude is like a Buddha 9000. I cannot believe that this guy in gold and platinum elo cleared this angle.
I don't bomb this time.
Good job, I guess.
74 on KJ.
To see something funny?
And once again, my dude, you really love to do like complicated things in your gameplay. But look at this setup. Look at this setup. Look how much HP you have. Let's play smart. You know? Like, look at this. Your Sage is stuck on the site. So you have one teammate here, one teammate here, one teammate here. All of these guys are safe to some degree. We do a smoke deep towards the enemies there, teleport on this position, and that's it. We're waiting for the enemies on some kind of an off angle. From this location, we can take a small fight with the enemies over the wall or here. Go for one burst fire. Bop, bop. You can drop down with a knife. Enemies are pushing in. Then you're using the flash and re-peeking the enemies. Or enemies are pushing your teammates. Then you're using the flash and fighting the enemies. Like this paranoia that you did right now has absolutely zero purpose. On both attackers and defender side, when you're using the Omen flash, use it primarily to fight the enemies. To create some kind of a pressure. To create some kind of an opportunity to outplay the enemies. Don't just use it to, I don't know, push the enemies back. Sometimes it's fun to use it to push the enemies back, like on defense, or, you know, when you're defending alone, some choke point to delay the enemy's push, or if enemy raise with the ultimate is coming in your face, yeah, sure, like, you know, flash the enemies, stop their push, delay their push, and so on. But here, what you need to ask yourself, what is the purpose of my utility? Like, this flash doesn't have a purpose at all.
74 on KJ.
And also, there was absolutely zero reason for you to pressure the enemies here.
To see something funny? They got two.
Oh shit, that's
Oh! Bro. Poggers, man.
130 on the Phoenix.
Listen, I generally advise you, if I mean, okay, this comes over time. Like I cannot talk about.
Y'all can play Kanye either.
Seek them out. Found you. Last player.
Oof. Ooh.
Seek them out. Found you. Last player.
What is really fucking you up in your aim is number one, crosshair placement, and number two, micro adjustments are horrible, man. Fucking horrible. Aye. Like you're not like basically when you're aiming at the enemies, everyone's aim should be a two motion movement. So you pick the enemies, you flick towards the enemies, micro correct. Peek, flick, micro correct. Like, but you don't have that micro correct part at all. One of the best ways to fix this problem is by using multiple different sensitivities instead of aim trainers to hyper focus on a specific part of your hand that is lacking at that moment of time to perform a specific task, and to basically engrave that muscle memory into your hand. Like, I don't know what I can recommend you. I mean, I didn't see your hand cam. I don't know you that well as a player. I don't want to fuck you up. But maybe after this VOD review, I can figure out some training for you, like for this problem. Pepito, do you coach Killjoy? I feel like I understand her role, but I'm unsure of how to get full value of utility. Oh, absolutely. Like I coach the players on every single agent. Like I have the similar knowledge on every single character in the game. Just what I'm personally lacking with agents such as Killjoy, such as Yoru, such as Harbor is the execution. Like my execution with these agents is horrible because I didn't play them that much. But I know almost every single, like, I don't know, Killjoy setup, Cypher setup. I mean, I prepared myself for the Unranked Immortal series with these agents.
One enemy remaining.
Play time.
I had a phantom.
Okay, we won the round.
Hawk out.
You can put these blind.
Is it not more of a mind or eye problem rather than a sense for micro-adjusting? It's more like a... When it comes to micro-corrections, like, there's a lot of problems. Like, if some coach can tell you, based on one VOD review, or one example, like, exactly what you're missing, when it comes to a mechanical skill, it's impossible. Because one day, a player wakes up like fucking tense. Like in my coaching sessions, I had silver players that aim like a diamond, basically, as immortal, essentially, one day, for one match. And then in a second match, the guy is like iron, Like, this is not enough examples to tell, like, what's the exact problem when it comes to his mechanical skill. This play, on the other hand, is something that you should never fucking do when you're playing Omen on any fucking map. Now, so, on Sunset, when it comes to using your ultimate, I primarily recommend you to use your ultimate as a recon tool to reposition, and tool to make the sandwich out of the enemies. But the sandwich, once on the bomb site, once your teammates are already committing to the push on the site. So for an example, like, how would I use the ultimate? On A site. We're pushing A, We're flashing the enemies here, taking the aim in control. Taking the control, smoking this for my teammates, smoking that for my teammates prematurely, clearing this angle, jump spotting enemies here, and now, as my teammates are ready to enter the site from here or from here, I'm using my teleport on top of the A site. There. Scouting for the enemies, applying enormous amount of mental pressure and positional pressure in general onto the enemies. Regardless if you can commit to this TP or not, it's a useful TP. But the problem here, when you instantly do the smoke here, smoke here, and you teleport there, first of all, you don't know what's happening around the smoke. Maybe one enemy is being chilling inside of the smoke, ready to anally penetrate you. Second of all, your teammates that are pushing the site. Until you clear this with them and that position in a gold and platinum elo, like I mean, I would not trust my teammates this much. Like, I would first focus on clearing the main areas of the map, like the elbow and the A main. I don't, how do you call this? A short? I mean A main, whatever. And essentially, then we go for the ultimate and so on. But here, okay, you know, Sky is on the site, Raze is there, Phoenix and Omen are probably on mid and top mid again. Killjoy is B side, sure, fine. I mean, generally speaking, throughout this whole match, if you just went B and market and mid, you probably would have won. Right now, you would be winning 6-2 basically. But whatever. Now, you don't know what's going to happen here. Are your teammates going to be capable of killing that Raze? They should be capable of doing that, but this is gold elo. This is platinum elo. Like, every single game in these lobbies, you need to play in a bit more pessimistic way, where your true focus is really the team play, refrag potential, and trading your allies no matter what. For the solo plays, you're only going in the scenarios that I've already explained in the earlier stages of this VOD review.
You should run.
This guy's on site.
In this round, it worked. But I don't know. I personally... Oh, by the way, I love that shorty pull out. Mwah! Bro, whenever in my coaching sessions I see that my players that I'm coaching are abusing the shorty perfectly. Happy coach. Happy coach.
One enemy remaining.
I guess this Killjoy really needs a new headset. Yeah.
Last unknown.
The last is not unknown. Phoenix is the B player. He's probably either top mid or he's behind you. Like, and that's it.
Who found it?
Yeah, he's the... Well, still on B, actually. Okay.
Itself.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
They have Phoenix up.
Hey.
Careful.
Hawk out.
Joke's over. You're dead.
I have absolutely no idea what the fuck you're doing. Like, I don't know. I feel that whenever you're using the Omen smokes, it feels like you're playing General's Command and Conquer. My dude is like playing an RTS game. Bro, play with your teammates in main. Your spike is going there. There is no callouts that we are splitting the B set right now. Fuck the lurking. If the team play game is working for you, if the 5-man pushes are already working for you, that is the best and the easiest way for you to win the rounds in Valorant. If that is working, don't complicate stuff. Fuck the 50-50 fights. Fuck taking more control. Go B.
Nice, he's gonna be around that corner.
Oh, that smoke there was like, yeah, eh.
Push on the back. 2-2.
And also, please, like, when you're playing Omen, you need to pay... With Omen, you need to pay more attention on the minimap. A lot more attention. Like here, for example, okay, for some reason you started your round, you know, here. You didn't follow up your teammates in main at all. And you were doing the smokes. Okay, let's do the smoke. Let's do a smoke. And that's it. But if on the minimap, I saw that one enemy is here and two enemies are here. Bam. Instantly. There's no second thoughts. Like, if you're already not doing anything useful, if nothing is happening on your screen, you're not clearing any angles, anticipating any fight with the enemies, your eyes need to be up there. 24/7. Especially if you're playing someone like Omen. But in this round, you just push with your teammates in B main, jump spot the enemies, kill the Phoenix ult, bam, bam, flash the enemies here like this. Let's push into the site.
Yeah, I just got headshotted.
Spike.
Also, another rule in Valorant. If the enemies are playing an eco round, half buy round, bonus round, always play as 5 towards one specific objective. Don't split the map. Don't play default. Push an open area of the map where the enemies cannot use so many off angles and positions where they can put the shotgun up your anal cavity. So essentially, in this round, we should have played as 5 towards the B side, because A side is a bit more risky. Like, basically, whenever enemies are equal half by on this map, really, B side is the best. B side is the answer to a lot of the problems on this map. I also see that the players on B, they have no idea how to play it, and, you know, it's just stupid. Is this bug still working? Does this still work? Did they patch it? Do you know if they patched this bug? Chat. You could have teleported on this position. I guess I did. Fucking hell, they're fast, huh? Huh? Not really. We need a lineup for this, bro. No. I saw the TP there. I saw the TP there. Fuck, man, what? Ay. We need a lineup for this. I saw the TP 100%, bro. Maybe I didn't see it, like, maybe I'm just tripping. Fly up and see if there is a spot. Yeah, you saw it. You saw it, right? Fuck. Let's try to find a lineup for the... Uh-huh.
Can't go there. Can't go there. Not there. Not there. Can't go there.
What?
Can't go there. Not there. Not there. Can't go there. Can't go there. Not there. Not there.
Hello, Valorant?
Can't go there. Not there. Not there. Can't go there. Can't go there. Not there. Can't go there. Not there. Can't go there.
How is this possible, bro?
Not there. Can't go there. Not there. Can't go there. Can't go there. Not there. Can't go there.
I've never seen this in my life, man. That there is literally a TP spot where you can teleport, and the Omen tells you, like, he cannot teleport.
Can't go there. Can't go there. Not there.
I don't know.
There.
I guess for this we need some kind of Omen is a wizard shooting spells. Literally, look at this, man. It's so stupid. Look at my hands. It actually teleports. I mean, this is probably gonna get fixed in the next patch, but you know, it's good to know it and abuse it until they. Ay. But we need a lineup for this, man. We need to figure some lineup for this.
Cover going out.
Imagine this. Postpone setup. Actually, what? You cannot do a one-way here?
Shadows traveling.
Stupid. do a smoke there. Are you 100% accurate?
Shadows traveling.
Yeah. 100%. It's a feature, not a bug. But you make one step, you're dead. I mean, not dead, but you cannot TP. Is there some kind of a TP here, maybe? Nah, that's... But I don't know how...
Can't go there. Not there.
And there's...
Not there. Can't go there. Can't.
Ah! Okay. So you aim at this leaf. You don't need to jump at all. You just aim, find the teleport. So it's in this segment right here. Find the teleport. And then you just spam
Can't go there. Not there.
the TP, right?
Can't go there.
No?
Not there.
Bro, I just did it right like that.
Can't go there. Not there. Not there. Can't go there. Not there.
Ay.
Not there.
I'll find it in a custom server later. I'll find it later. Okay, what was we talking about? What were we talking about?
Down B.
Pushing the B side, come on. In eco rounds and halber rounds.
So what's like in my plan?
Omen
I
kill.
have the strike.
There's another one there. I'm planning. One by
Spike planted.
Last player standing.
Ah, 78 rounds.
One enemy remaining.
Oof. This fight here that you have taken was extremely risky. Like basically, this is the example in which you're right now. You have two enemies that are lurking behind you. And you have one enemy that is at the backside. The best idea in this scenario is always to isolate this guy, fuck him up together with your teammate, and then focus on these two guys. But if your teammate is already focused here, okay, we can flash the enemies and try to kill these guys, but I would have never fought these two guys like this, because the enemy Sky can destroy me from behind. And essentially here, I would have swung the Raze and the Phoenix in this way. I don't know how you stayed alive actually in this example.
Enemy remaining.
Their
I mean, the Phoenix was on the side, sorry.
Phoenix's booty. Don't even trip.
last scene back. So
Using this teleport here,
78 rounds.
One enemy remaining.
using this teleport here to reposition was extremely stupid. Like when you're in a clash scenarios, even if enemies know your location, it is better to save your TP for a bit later. Why? Because right now, okay, Phoenix knows that he is on the left side, but he doesn't know where he's gonna go with his TP. So here, for an example, we can jump spot the Phoenix, maybe fight him for a small fight, and then do this. Voila. Now, Phoenix has no idea where we went. Or, if you're feeling really unsafe playing on this position, yeah, sure, like teleport, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter that much. But I generally love to keep, you know, the teleports in clutch scenarios to play more with the enemy's mind and to make them wonder, you know, where the fuck this guy teleported. Yo, Frost! Good stream today. Yeah, like, we won like 6 matches and lost 2. I played 8 games today, bro.
Their Phoenix's booty. Don't even
But our MMR on the Raze account is really low, man. I'm getting like plus 20, plus 22, and I'm losing the same amount.
trip.
Yo, Marigo le pass. Uh-huh. Okay, he's not defusing. He might be pushing us. Very good jump spotting. Very good jump spotting.
Nice try.
Okay, you won the round, right?
Got it, I think.
You know, it was a bit risky, but you won the round at the end of the day. Like, I don't know why did you commit. Like, basically, as long as the enemies are not sticking the spike, just jump spot them 24/7. You know, just do this, do this. Enemy still not sticking the spike. Do this, do this, do this. Enemy sticks the spike a bit. Bam. Go for a burst fire. Just waste time.
Nice.
Hang.
Generally speaking, when it comes to playing Sunset, I feel that the attacker side is a bigger problem than defense. Getting 6-4 on the attack should be a free win on defense. But I truly hate how much you just don't want to win this match in an easy way. Like, why do we need to complicate so much, bro? Enemies are terrible on the B side. And when it comes to angle clearing, whenever I see you going in front of your teammates, clearing the angles, I pray to God that enemies are not here and that enemies are not on these default positions. Like, you need to cut the angles a bit more, jiggle peek them, peel them better, place your crosshair properly. Like if I'm alone pushing through this area of the map, like it is necessity that you have a proper movement and angle clearing. Like, we need to get ready for that angle. Bam, in out, in out. Now peeling this angle, in out on that position. Moving here, peeling this angle, crosshair there, in out, in out. Peeling this angle, peeling the angle, peeling the angle, in out, because that is a very common, I mean, not common, but whatever, like, players love to play there. Then we jump up, clear this position, in out. Peeling the angle, in out, in, like, that's what you need to implement more in your gameplay. This is exactly the problem. You don't clear the angles properly. Like here, for example, when you're pushing through the A short, you cannot switch to your crosshair to there until you reach this position, until you're safe from this peak there. But to be honest, at the end of the day, you also had a Reyna. I don't know why the fuck Reyna was watching the same angle that you were holding at that moment of time. Like, in that scenario, you also got a bit debated by the Reynimus. But I need to heavily recommend you. If the 5-man pushes are working for you, if enemies are already weak in a specific area of the map, abuse them for the rest of the match. People need to start utilizing ping time counter in a 1-on-1 post-plan situation. That as well. That can be very useful. I've never seen any player except me use that in some situations. Like, basically, if the spike is planted, you know, like, let's say, whatever, like, just ping somewhere. Like, an enemy is going for the... whatever, like, too long topic. But what is important for you is that we need to spend some time in a custom server and deathmatch fixing our crosshair placement. Also, you know, develop the crosshair placement lineups that we were talking about last time. Like, for a lot of positions in Valorant, I have a very strict lineups that I use to pick the enemies with operator, to swing the enemies with a gun. Like, I know exactly based on the materials on the wall and based on the boxes, like, where I need to place my crosshair. Like, if you're clearing this angle, your crosshair needs to be on top of this box. Bam. Headshot. If I'm clearing this angle, my crosshair cannot be above this. Same line. Headshot. If I'm clearing this position here, I know that my crosshair needs to be in between this and this. Headshot. Like, I developed because, let's be honest, you will be peeking some of these common and some of these off angles 24/7 during your gameplay in Valorant. You're going to spend hundreds, if not thousands of hours playing Valorant on only 10 maps. It's worth it developing this type of shit. Watching here.
Go on my mark.
Listen, guys. Basically, if the spike is in your sight, you know, like in this example here, like you have this ping, that is mark ping,
Go on my mark.
and so spike is there. Phoenix was there. You can just use the ping. Like as soon as the enemies hit the spike defuse,
Go on my mark.
you can use the ping 1, 2, 3, and now you peek. Why? Because enemies need 3.5 seconds to half defuse the spike. And on every 2.5 or 3 seconds, it is good to, like, you know, jump spot the enemies or to go for a jiggle peek and burst fire to see if they can actually defuse the spike. When you check angles and peek corners, do you just release your A and D key or do you counter strafe? I don't counter strafe. I really feel that counter strafing in Valorant is not important, as it is important in Counter Strike, especially when you have the Wooting keyboard. I mean, this shit is basically counter strafing instead of me. For an average player that is like below Immortal 3, trust me, counter strafing is not the reason why you're dying most of the times.
Yeah, B is probably better.
Ooh, I like the Sage wall. That's actually a good wall.
JJ holding mid.
I mean, a good wall, like, you can get a kill.
Reloading.
When are you gonna play with your team, man? Like, why do you like to lurk and flank so much? Like, when I know that enemies are probably gonna push you right now, but the enemies are once again eco halbite. They have shit weapons. Why do you like in those, at least in those rounds, play with your team, man? But you never know, like, you know, when enemies are gonna stack something, when like your teammates are gonna make some kind of a mistake. This is gold and platinum elo. This playstyle that you have, maybe I would implement in Immortal 3 and Radiant lobbies. But these are gold and platinum bonobos, man. Like, anything can happen. And not only that, your teammates are pushing the B site, and they have 0 fucking smokes as they're pushing in. Listen, like when you're playing, not only Omen, when you're playing any agent, like, your gameplay is completely revolving around your teammates and the enemies. Like, the only 2 things that I'm actively thinking about is, what are my teammates doing? Number 1, what are the enemies doing? And I'm asking myself the questions: how I need to support my teammates. What do I think enemies will do based on the previous matches and previous rounds? What type of ultimate, economy, and abilities enemies have? Like, I like 24/7. These questions are at the back of my mind. How good are my teammates? Do I need to play with them? Like, basically, you need to start thinking more about that. Especially if you want to play Omen. Like, if your teammates are basically, you know, whatever you're doing, if your teammates are here, ready to push out, they need to have at least the market smoke. Bare minimum. If your teammates are already here or already here, they need to have the smoke. For the A short, I mean A main, however you want to call it, and these guys need to have the smoke for this. So you need, basically in your gameplay, when you're playing Omen, you need to have a certain, I call them trigger positions. Like trigger positions from which you're always using your smokes once your teammates reach those locations. Like the best example of this is Bind. Like on Bind, as soon as one of my teammates is here, ready to peek the window, I'm doing a one-way in the CT. On Garden, as soon as one of my teammates crosses this, I'm instantly doing a smoke for the elbow. And those are my trigger positions. On A site, as soon as my teammates cross this, I'm doing a smoke for the site, for the truck, or some smoke. Shower guys are here, insta smoke backside. Yo, El Rassam TV, thank you all for the raid, man. Okay, I mean, I did say that you should simplify your gunfights and, you know, like, use your utility a bit more and flash the enemies. But if enemies already, like, you know, fighting your teammates and enemies like 5 meters away from you, pick up the gun and just delete that guy. I mean, for example, this was really stupid. Come on, you know better.
I didn't know he was out. I was gonna ult that, but whoever saved my life, thank you.
Also, pay attention on the Marcus smoke. Like, literally, one of the like when you're starting to learn Omen, like basically you pick up the Omen and you want to like learn him. When you're doing your smokes, don't pay attention on obviously pay attention on your screen and you know how the smoke looks like on the screen, but primarily pay attention on the minimap, because minimap will always tell you how the smoke is gonna end up once it drops to the ground, so that you're not leaving this type of, you know, stupid gaps that enemies can potentially abuse to maybe kill you, or gaps that will disallow you to play around your smokes. Like, you want to do this smoke, yeah, you know, this is how you want it to look like. On that spot, look at the minimap. Aha, when the smoke drops, bam, it's gonna look like that.
I didn't flash anyone.
Egyptian Sova Main, I'm one of your fans, bro. I'm your fan.
He loves to flank. We all watch the same one.
Okay. Okay. I think PBK, man, on the attacker side, you understand what you need to do, and I have nothing else to say. Like, I think you realize what is your mistake with the Omensky. Now, defense of Sunset. Listen here, boys and girls. This is a fast rotation map, which means that on this map you can rotate, you can lurk and flank immediately based on some kind of information that you get from your teammates. Map control doesn't matter. At least map control in terms of the bomb site control on this map doesn't matter, which means that you can always leave the bomb sites and prioritize the refrag potential and fighting with your teammates rather than defending a certain position. Because both A site and B site retake is fairly easy compared to some other maps that we have in Valorant. On this map, you need to play a semi-aggressive playstyle. That was a mistake of the enemies, for an example. You need to apply the pressure. B main, mid, and A main almost every single round. Like, literally, pressure needs to be there. Like, one of the main reasons why the enemies lost so many rounds on a defender side, beside, you know, their aim utility users and that, there was no real pressure. They were never changing any setups here. They never adapted to you in any way. Like, we need to fight for some map control. Like, A main control, B main control, mid control. Mid control is important in almost every round. Like, on this map, you kind of need to play a 1-1 setup in market and top mid. And, you know, the rest of the players are whatever, you know, like 2 players A and 1 player B. That's kind of like a default setup on this map. Personally, what I recommend you to heavily prioritize during your gameplay on Sunset is market control and top mid control. Like, essentially, once you lose the market control, defense of B site and generally map becomes extremely hard. Once you lose the top control here, hola lola lula, yeah, the game becomes very interesting. So, with that being said, we know that the B site is our default bomb site. Site that is easier for the attack, harder for defense, easier for the postplay, harder for retake, whatever. Market is important for us. In the first round, I recommend you to play a classic pistol shorty strategy with Omen for the market. If the enemies are splitting B, you will just delete them, essentially. If they're not splitting the B side, at least you're ready to defend the B main area of the map. So you're able to support your teammates in mid, and in the same time support your teammates on the B side. And if the enemies are pushing A, fuck it, play retake of A. I would much rather play the retake of A in the first round, rather than playing the retake of the B site. So, what I do in the first round with Omen, classic light shield, 1 shrouded step, pick up the shorty after the round starts. I'm listening to the enemy's footsteps. If I hear enormous amount of enemies pushing B side, I'm picking up the classic pistol, closing the doors, doing the smoke for the B main, instantly getting at the back side, and defending the B side. Done. If I hear that the enemies are splitting B, I'm not gonna close the doors. I'm gonna keep the shorty in my hands, and we're gonna place a cubby smoke like this. I'm playing instead of this angle, waiting for the enemies to push in. Bop, bop. We delete 1 enemy. We close the doors for the rest of the enemies, and we focus on defense of market and the B side. But also, what you can do, if the enemies are pushing the B side, like, you can just close the doors, teleport up here, do the smoke, and from this position, I mean, basically on Sunset, unless the enemies have a Viper, no, not even Viper, unless enemies have a harbor wall, I think, you can always see above this smoke. Like, I really don't think that there is any smoke that can actually block the vision of this elevated position. The win streak is real. The dark magic works, Charlatan.
Bro, I told you, man. We do a shabababa magic on this channel. 5 games in a row. Easy, man.
Think about it. Now, let's see what he's gonna do. Oh, la 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 la. Oh, what the fuck is this? Listen, with Omen, if you're playing a classic pistol shorty strategy, always buy the light shield and fuck 1 smoke. Fuck the paranoia right now, especially after the nerfs. Paranoia is not worth it for the first round. You need 1 smoke on defense and 1 shrouded step, and that's it. If we're playing with Omen, classic pistol shorty strategy, prioritize the light shield.
I'll be main.
I mean, this is okay, but, you know, that smoke that you did there, personally, it's a fine. Like, when I'm playing with the close range weapons around the A main area of the map, I don't really position the cubby smokes. You know, I kind of position a shallow smokes, or I position this type of a smoke, and then I play, you know, around this, and I'm trying to outplay the enemies here somehow. Like, I don't know. The problem with this type of a smoke is this choke point is ginormous. And when you do a smoke like this, I mean, you know, there's a kind of a gap there. Like, You know, it's okay. I love how you think, but you know, not really the best smoke in the universe.
I got heals. So if you need to fall back, do it.
Oh.
I got heals.
Oh yeah,
So you need to
yeah,
fall back, do
yeah.
it.
I mean, I knew this can be a problem for you with a shorty. Like, with shorty, you really need you need a discipline in your shots. Like, you really need to be 100% certain that enemies are on your crosshair before you fire the shots. Like, this is not a problem of anything else except the undisciplined aim that you already have. Like, micro corrections and discipline in your shooting is really fucking you up when you're taking some of these fights.
So if you need to fall back, do it.
We'll try to fix that with some kind of a training and routine. I'm gonna recommend you something like after this VOD review. This should have been like 2 kills for you. And also generally, like I collect, sorry guys, I already collected the enormous amount of data from Sunset in ranked solo queue. Like, this is the data based on 100 games and VOD reviews that I did. Like, around 70 to 80% of the times, in the VOD reviews that I did and the games that I played, in the first round, enemies actually push the B site and split the B site. So also based on the statistical data, it makes more sense to play, you know, around the market and B in the first round rather than playing anything else. Now, you know, that doesn't mean that enemies are gonna it doesn't mean that enemies are gonna go 100% of times B, but you know, 70 to 80% of times you're gonna be right, 20 to 30% of times you're gonna be wrong. And I thought that you collected all of the Pokemons, bro. Like, I collect only female Pokemons. Yo, hello, welcome to you, man.
Once they know they're going to die.
Oi, 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 oi. I managed to go back to Platinum 2. Good job, my man.
My ultimate is ready.
30 seconds left.
What are you saying? Is the best solo queue agent still Jet? Omen number 1, number 2 Raze, number 3 Jet, number 4 I would put Phoenix actually. Number 5 I have no idea. Like on number 5 position, like there's so many agents that are equalized that you know, like so many, like Breach, Sky, I don't know, Chamber. Actually Chamber number 5, sorry. Chamber number 5 and number 6 is like there's enormous amount of like agents there. Isn't Reyna good for solo queue? Reyna is okay up to some level, like, but after certain elo, you start gambling with Reyna quite a lot. Like, basically after Diamond, Phoenix is better in every fucking turn, basically. Unless you're really a mechanical monster. But if you're already mechanically gifted, it's better for you to play someone like Jet, Raze, and I don't know, like Chamber, rather than playing Reyna. Chamber is really... Chamber is back. Like, previously I put the Chamber in C tier, I think. On my new agent tier list, I'm gonna put the Chamber, like, top of the A tier. Deadlock number 7. Bro, Deadlock is quite literally, like, the worst agent Valorant has released since closed beta. Okay, now, when it comes to, like, playing the second round of Sunset, if you win the first round, in a second round, I recommend you to go either with a Bulldog, Stinger, or Stinger, with a heavy shield and utility. Please, whenever you win the first round, always prioritize the heavy shield over anything else. You're playing against the enemies that are playing an eco and halberd round. The main advantage that you have over those enemies is the shield. And of course the guns as well. Like, you don't want to get fucked by one triple shot of the classic pistol. I mean, with a, you know, with a triple shot, enemies can delete you even if you have a heavy shield, basically. But shield is more important than anything else. Buy the heavy shield. Buy the gun that you want to use. Spectre is fine for a second round also, like, whatever. Buy the utility. The only time I play light shield in a second round, when I like when I win the first round, is if I save the light shield from the first round. Now on Sunset, I don't know what to tell you, but in a second round I would also prioritize mid control. You know, if you win the first round on B, in the second round play top of the mid. If you win the first round on A, in the second round play the market. You know, no one can tell you in the second round where the enemies are gonna go, but I will still focus myself on market and top mid control, and I'll be doing a fast rotations towards the A side or towards the B side. In the previous round, we demolished the enemies on B, and that's why I would have played more towards the A side and on top mid with my Reyna. Now, one of the best ways to stop the enemy's push and to fuck up the enemies on A side with Omen is definitely one-way smokes. Like, there's so many one-ways that you have with Omen on a defender side of Sunset. And what you can do a flash here, like this. Smoke here, bam. Your teammates have the full main control. You know, they can just come from there and there. That's it. You also have the one-way that goes up on this position. Just put it lower. And, you know, you can fuck up the enemies that are there. Basically, you know, smoke is much closer to them and, you know, they don't see you really good on that spot there. You need to play a bit more angle down, like this. Now, third thing that you can do, we have a fake one-way smokes. Like, basically, you can put this one-way a bit lower, play inside of it, enemies don't see your legs, enemies are gonna pass you, maybe. In some eco halbye round, you can jump on their face, and then, bam. Of course, when you're defending the A side, I mean, you can just do a one-way on top of the box. When you're defending the elbow, you have a one-way that goes up on this sign here. Bam. Enemies cannot push you through the elbow. You have the full elbow control. It's easy actually to find that smoke, like, you know, once you understand, you know, where you're placing the smoke, you can find it on the wall. Just remember, like, there is some stupid fucking sign here that I need to find. It's a bit higher than it should be. Bam. Done. Like, you know, it's not that much of a problem. And that's kind of it. Like, I mean, that's already plenty enough, to be honest. Also, in some of the rounds, you can use this smoke as a fake one-way and maybe, you know, play around it, but I don't know how much that is going to work. What does you coach an esports team? First of all, my esports knowledge is, I would rate it 7 out of 10. Like, my solo queue knowledge is like 9.5 out of 10. Coaching esports teams is not worth it. In any regards. Unless you're in the top 5 teams in the world. Unless you're playing for the Fnatic, for the Liquid, for Loud, or something, it's not worth it. You're putting enormous amount of effort for 0 recognition and for not that much money. Like, I firmly believe that if I'm doing a full-time coaching, let's say I'm coaching 9 hours per day. Because when you're esports coach, you need to spend like 9 hours per day, like, basically in the game, in developing things, observing, you know, screaming, you know, like when you're a pro player, like, that's a minimum working hour, 5 days per week. If I spend that time coaching privately players, I can earn 20 to 30% more money than an esports coach in some kind of a team. Unless the guys win, you know, the VCT champions. But to win a VCT champions, you need to, like, really be exceptional.
B main flashed.
Pushing mid. Bunch.
Less headache also. Exactly. Like, esports is a very unstable business. Like, one day you're up, other day you're down. Like, the only reason why I should have tried to go pro in this game and why I should have went pro in this game is just recognition. Early recognition. It was so easy to be a pro player in Valorant, like in closed beta, in episode 1 and episode 2. Like, literally, I was shitting on these guys. Like, I had 10 times better strategies than anyone else. I was dominating people. Like, but I don't know, I didn't have any willpower to go pro in another game. And the only time I should have done that is just some exposure to the YouTube channel, streams, and all of that. But other than that, being a full-time esports player for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, it's not worth it. I look at the evil geniuses. They won a VCT. They won a VCT. And their org said, hey guys, you know, time to cut your payment. You know, good job, good job. You know, good job, bro. Like, nice. You won a best tournament in Valorant, but, you know, that paycheck, 50%. Every esports org is in so much shit. Like, I think there is not a single esports org that is like profitable in any way. Maybe like, I don't know, like they're the Fnatic, like, no, they're maybe, I don't know. Loud is, I don't know, depends. G2, maybe G2, maybe, you know. Listen, back to the VOD review. This is why you should have played the top mid in this round. Why? You have no idea where the enemies are gonna go. Mid, market, and top mid is your primary focus on this map. Done.
Getting Omen B main.
Sentinel is getting lots of ads and stuff. Sentinel's org is like this close from bankruptcy, basically. As far as I know.
Pushing B.
Now, on a defender side of Sunset, once again, it is very important for you to keep attention on what your teammates are doing everywhere on the map, especially if your teammates are aggressive on mid. You need to give them the smoke for something. If you see that one of your teammates is fighting enemies aggressively and he's around this box here, you need to give a guy a one-way smoke here or a regular smoke here. Of course, for the mid also, with Omen, you have enormous amount of one-way smokes. Like, basically, you have a one-way that goes up here, bam, enemies cannot peek you from there, done, he is dead. Of course, we have a one-way for this position. I don't even need to say that, but basically, it's better to do a smoke for that. And also, you have a one-way smoke for the market, and on the market, bam, you know, enemies cannot pass this shit. Your teammates are having the full market control. For mid, sometimes I love to do this one-way smoke here. If enemies are pushing me and I'm alone defending the mid, ba-ba-ba-ba, done.
Pushing mid. Bunch.
Getting Omen B main.
The minimap is not giving all information to the maps. Ooh, very good catch. Very good catch, Pi. I didn't even see that. Listen, man. You need to make this minimap a bit smaller. What the fuck is this? Look at my minimap. I see everything. Like, bro, you need to make this a bit smaller. Shrink it down. Like, basically, if you're using the rotating minimap, like, I feel that these are the maximum zoom in settings that you can use. Copy paste my settings if you already want to use a rotating map.
Pushing B.
Do you have any pro player that you think is really good at Valorant, Demon 1 is really, really good. Like, the guy is really talented and skilled in the same time. But generally, I don't know, like, Demon 1 is really exceptional right now.
Coming to
Yeah, I don't enjoy him that much. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of good players. Like, I feel that the best player in Valorant still doesn't exist. That's the problem. You know? Like, all of these players are on the same level. Trust me. Like, the only difference is what type of team synergy they have. And, you know, next year, you will see that Demon 1 probably won't even make it to the champions. Maybe he's not even gonna play in VCT, God knows. Like, market is just shit, like, and your individual performance heavily depends in which team you're playing. Maybe next year, like, the Gay is gonna win the VCT champions with that Singapore team, I don't know, like. Oh, actually, Paranoia. If we're talking about non-professional players, I feel that Curvy is very exceptional. Like, Curvy, I don't know what happened with that guy. That guy was shit when he first started playing the game. I watched a few of his stream when I rated him also a few times when he had like 200, 300 viewers. I never saw the Curvy as some kind of a good player in this game. He was a decent pro, you know, not really the best, not the worst, when he was playing in episode 1 and episode 2. But these days, like, the guy is fucking sick, man. He is communicating, he is talking, he has the idea for every single round. Like, the guy is really good to watch. For overall knowledge. Tens is tens, you know, like, click heads here and there, and that's it, like.
One enemy remaining.
One more.
He was on.
He's Indian too smart, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
pushing B.
Okay.
Remaining.
One more.
He was on. Yeah.
Okay. Generally speaking, in this round, okay, we won an anti-eco round. Who cares? You should have positioned yourself better for the sunset. You should have supported your teammates with smokes a bit faster and better. Your map awareness is still 0 points, as well as your team play. Not 0 points, but, you know, not really the best. Now, for example, in this third round, nobody can tell you where the enemies are gonna go. Like, we fucked up the enemies on mid. We fucked up the enemies on B. Personally, I would have gambled in this round on the A side. Because players really love that in Valorant. That A-B pattern of pushing. Like, the two main rules that you should use to read the enemies on the defender side in the earlier stages of the game is the A-B rule and rule of fear. A-B rule simply means that players will try every single round to do something different compared to what they did in the previous round, thinking that they are unpredictable, but they're actually more predictable. And rule of fear, players in Valorant are really afraid to repeat their mistakes from the previous rounds. So right now, I would say that based on these two rules, there's like around 60% of chances enemies are gonna hit A, 20% mid, 20% B. Because of that, I will make some kind of a setup in elbow with a Spectre and try to fuck up the enemies. Okay. Oh, you actually bought a heavy shield in the previous round. That's actually good.
They smoked mid top.
87 on the Omen. He has a
Okay. Charlatan would have been wrong, but that's the part of the game.
Valorant. Vandal.
Also on Sunset, like, as I said, when we started this VOD review on the defender side, basically, you know, market and top mid can always be your default positions when you have no idea where the enemies are going to go next. I'm always leaning more towards defending the B side rather than defending the A side, because B retake is really cancer. Really, really cancer. When you're retaking A side, you can isolate the angles a bit better, and you can cut off the angles with a utility, and it's cleaner on B side everything is, open essentially, and market and top mid control is always like your highest priority.
Because of Valorant.
Average Indian IQ is like 120. Can you actually I need to show you a paper. Like if I can find a paper. I did a IQ test in some official center in my country. Like I cannot tell you the name of the center. I'm gonna show you my test. Like
This guy's also mid.
Pushing mid.
This guy's at 52.
listen. Here, in this example, what the fuck are you doing? Especially when you're playing the refray game with Omen.
Pushing mid.
Like, I don't know. Like in this example, it didn't make a single sense to like leave the sky. Urena has the top mid. Sage has the full ASA control. Stay on market. And stay on defend the B side. And that's it. I don't know why would you rotate here. Yes, enemies were applying the pressure on top mid, but Reyna is there.
Pushing mid.
Wait for her to make some kind of a contact with the enemies and then rotate. Like you cannot just blindly rotate like based on nothing. And also, I mean, when you have a close range weapon and enemies are close to you, and you have a paranoia. Flash, go for the kill, and that's it. Like that should be your main thought process with Omen. Like, that's why Omen is such a powerful agent. Like, literally, you can always close the gap with the enemies, use the Spectre and Stinger to the full potential.
This guy's at 52.
They're also more pushing on B side.
Tell us the result. It's a bit more than 120. Ooh, that kill was actually really good.
Down B.
Side.
In this round, I don't know what to tell you, but really, whenever you're playing a bonus rounds, eco rounds, and halberd rounds, like your primary focus should always be trading yourself for the easiest kill possible. Like basically, it is stupid to not go for this Sky kill, take this, her life, take her gun, if you already have only a Spectre. Like basically, in the rounds where I only play a shorty or bonus rounds in general, as soon as I find some kind of a potential to get a kill, I'm going for the kill. I'll guess 121. It's between 130 and 140.
They're also more pushing on B side.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I don't want to shit too much about this round. It was a bonus round. Anyways, you took a kill, you traded yourself. Like, I don't need to give you any slack.
Yeah,
That's the only way the way the race kills me is from behind, when I'm not looking.
Shadows traveling.
This setup that you went for in this round is absolutely fine on Sunset. Personally, I'm willing to play a retake 24/7 on Defender's side, as long as I have the mid and B side control and market control. Like, absolutely fine. Like, sure, go for the smoke there and that's it. But listen, if you're not gonna push with your teammates, fight with your teammates, then go somewhere else,
Hey,
And whenever enemies are pushing the A side, your highest priority with Omen is doing this smoke
Cover going out.
ASAP. As soon as you see that enemies have crossed this line and they might be going into the site, please do this smoke
Cover going
as soon as possible to support your allies. What is your opinion on CS2? CS2 is not fully ready to be released. It's gonna take CS2 around 6 months to be fully polished. And in 6 months from now, I feel that CS2 is gonna feel and be better than Valorant, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna switch, like I'm gonna play both games and that's it. Like right now it's not there yet. They need to fix a lot of problems. Charlatan, highest ranked player you coached? Radiant. Radiant? Immortal 3 top 600. I mean, that. The guy was stuck in Immortal 3 600. That counts.
Stealing sight.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
Down.
I mean, it's absolutely fine what you did in this round, like, even though it was a bit risky, but please, whenever enemies cross this line, stop their push onto the A side, protect your teammates, at least from the A short area of the map, and give them the smoke for the top of the box, A short. And also, if you have time, you know, do the one way there, like, it's not gonna hurt. Okay, now in this round we can apply the rule of fear. Basically, we demolish the enemy's push onto the A side. So now the highest chances are that enemies are gonna push what? Ding 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 ding, B side. That's why in this round, you know, we can play a bit more aggressively in the B main. In B main area of the map, like, there's so many outplays you can do with Omen. Like, personally, my favorite outplays in B main area of the map are like with a fake smoke teleports. Like, for example, it was fake teleports, sorry. So basically, you know, you start the round here, wait for the enemies to push, you do a flash, ba-ba-bap, ba-ba-bap, ba-ba-ba, then fight, one more fight, then bop, then ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bap, and then ba-bap. I don't know. I like this a lot. Like, there's so many ways how you can play with these fake teleports and make enemies think in a certain direction. Like, in this area of the map, like, you can make, like, 2, 3, 4 different outplays, basically. Like, and generally speaking, when you're playing on the B side, you should be applying some kind of a pressure onto the enemies there. Because, like, I mean, to make them waste some kind of a utility before they execute the side with a fucking Raze ultimate, Gecko flash, Sky dog, and so on. Like, the more space you sell on a defender side, it's worse for you to defend the site.
That was the worst grenade.
I thought the Sages, you know, like, she's gonna now do some kind of a wall to stop the enemy's push. The guy is like, see ya later, man.
I hear B, by the way.
But I actually like that wall. That wall is actually really good. Best agent to get out of Diamond. Omen, Raze, Jet, Phoenix, Chamber. But don't play Omen like this.
They're rotating.
105, KJ.
Yeah. Oh, listen. One more recommendation that I can give you for Sunset. Generally speaking, if you're rotating from B side to A side, closing these doors is a really good idea. The reason for that is, like, obviously, if the enemies want to go through mid to B, you're cutting off one choke point, and you have the 100% information whether or not enemies are there. So, especially if you're leaving one teammate on the site, close the doors. Now rotate. What is the main difference between someone who is stuck in Platinum 1, 2 and Diamond Ascendant players? You guys are all same to me. Like, today I played like 8 matches in Ascendant lobbies. Like, literally, you know, difference is marginal. Like, the players are so different. Some games I feel I'm playing with Immortal 3 players. Some games, like, it's so stupid. Like, everyone is missing something. It's more on an individual level. For example, what you're missing the most right now are the proper micro corrections, better aim, better map and overall game awareness, which we need to fix with some kind of an additional training, and of course, better utility usage. So there's a lot. For example, this, what the fuck was that? If there is a one way, do the one way. to stop and to delay the enemy's push. This smoke works in the enemy's favor. Anyways, like, one huge problem in this round is leaving the doors open for the market. Like, that is a huge problem. You should have closed the doors and then rotated. Now the Sage can get fucked on so many levels. And I have absolutely no idea why would you be this aggressive. If we have a true numbers in Valorant, true numbers advantage. What is a true numbers advantage? 5 versus 3, 5 versus 2, 5 versus 1, 4 versus 3, 4 versus 2, 4 versus 1, 3 versus 2, 3 versus 1, and 2 versus 1. When these numbers are present in the game, as well as a 2v2 and 3v3 scenario, always play on the refrag potential and retake potential. Fuck the A side right now. You're 4 versus 3, you have the Gecko ultimate. You can easily win this round. Right now, what I would have done, I would not even... First of all, why the fuck are you pushing the enemies? You want to sell the numbers advantage to the enemies? Are you trolling? Second of all, I'm just holding this. My Sky is here. My Gecko is here. My Sage is there. We're all safe. Let's hold the angles. I don't need to pressure the enemies. I don't need to find myself in some kind of a stupid crossfire. Play passive. Aha, enemies are planting the spike on A. Sure, Gecko come with the ultimate. Let's take the side control together. We do the one way. We do some kind of a flash for the side. Clearing these angles. Clearing bottom. Taking the side control, and that's it. Why are you pushing the enemies right now? Man, do this trolling, man.
Oh my fucking...
But that there is also the problem of lack of map awareness. Like, if your Sky is hiding behind the site, A site, she doesn't have the information about the elbow at all. She sold the side control 15 seconds ago. This round is your fault, if they lose it, of course.
Wingman.
Okay. Now, on this map, like, also, it is really worth it to play Operator from time to time because angles are really close to each other. It's very easy to hold the pixel corners and pixel angles. And, I don't know, I found a lot of success with Op on this map. Like, especially in your elo, people just swing the you know, they're gonna swing the stairs on mid, swing the A main, swing the B main without a single smoke or recon utility. Pick up the Op, punish them, done.
Yeah, smoke mark.
I don't know why are this aggro. Like, I really feel that you know, basically on Sunset, if your teammates are already aggro on mid and they have the mid control, hold up, man. Wait a bit. You know, like, you don't need to be this aggressive. This play is 50-50 play that is not really the best ever. Like, a good idea on Omen when you're playing Omen is doing a one-way smoke here, flashing the enemies, and taking the full Omen control. Now, you know, you can just replenish that one-way 24/7 for the next 1 minute and keep the full Omen control. But going for this play solo in a full buy round, I don't know. And also, please, like, you need to get that habit of pushing the smokes sideways. Like, whenever you're threading through the smokes, it should always be like this. You know, you're entering the smokes sideways, bam, flicking into the smoke. Bam. You're never entering the smokes looking forward. Tip of the gun is visible, man. Your PP is sticking out. Enemy's gonna see you faster. But anyways, this play, so stupid. Especially with this smoke here. Like, if you already wanted to pressure and push the enemies here, flank and lurk, I would have done a smoke like this. Clearing these angles, moving forward, this allowing enemies to have some additional space, entering the smoke sideways, and now, you know, clearing this angle, CT, and then moving forward towards the enemies. But generally speaking, like, I would recommend you only go for the lurks and flanks if your refrag game is not working, and if the passive playstyle is not working for you, with the one-way smokes, with the flashes, and you're not able to stop the enemy's push. Like, there's no reason to go for the lurks and flanks, like, randomly, or without any previous information, or without any real reason. I feel that in this specific match, I just feel that enemies are absolutely shit when it comes to, like, how they're pushing the sites. Like, if enemies already have bad executes, like, just punish them based on their bad executes.
It's weird. Just bear with me.
Cover going out.
Okay, this can work.
It's a 55 raise.
Yeah. Okay.
Pushing.
Now, whether or not playing Bucky is worth it, like, Bucky is okay. It can be a useful weapon, like, to delete the enemies. Like, I would just recommend you, like, when playing these eco halberd rounds, invest all of the credits that you're not going to use in the next round. Here, for example, like, you have 400 extra credits that you can use for the light shield. Buy the light shield. What happened in that previous round? Wait, how the fuck are we here? Aha.
55.
Okay, we push here.
They're hard pushing.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Okay. One thing that I would generally recommend you when you're playing with the shotguns a bit more, because I've noticed that in your gameplay, whenever you hear the enemies, you know, if you hear that the sky is there, don't wait for the enemy to peek you. Whenever you can anticipate the enemies, whenever you know the exact location of the enemies, jump towards that enemy. Trade yourself. Damage the enemy's economy. Try to get a kill. Like, maybe that is the only chance that you will get to get a kill. Like, if I heard the sky there, because you heard the footstep, go onto her face. This is the best bet for you to actually kill her, rather than walking slow and waiting for her to actually peek you.
Control.
On B.
I generally don't recommend you to play this passive, especially like if you on Sunset, especially if you notice that enemies are not using any recon utility to clear this area of the map. Like with Omen, there's so many different setups and ways how you can play with the enemy's mind and use the fake teleports and smokes. It's stupid. Like, try to waste some kind of a utility from the enemies, you know, like try to jiggle peek the enemies, maybe do a smoke, jump spot them, try to get behind the box, enemies are pushing you, do the flash, you know, bop, do the fake teleport, kill another guy, now, get out, smoke the choke point, you know, you can get away with 1 or 2 kills in your pocket, plus a lot of utility wasted from the enemies. Of course, you don't need to commit to the fights that much, like, just try to waste some kind of a utility, like Boombot, Dog, jiggle peek the angle at the end of the day. Don't sell all of these positions to the enemies, like, try to do at least this, you know. Try to kill this guy, delete that enemy, and then go back on the site and play passive. Yeah, man, I don't know what to tell you about this. Like, this was a huge gamble that the Raze is not gonna clear that angle. Personally, after Raze did the ultimate, I would have smoked the beam in, flashed the beam in as the Raze is going out, and tried to teleport somewhere and outmaneuver that Raze. This was very risky, and I don't know what to tell you about this. Especially after killing the Raze. You should have instantly flashed the enemies on the site and repositioned somewhere, or just, you know, like, I mean, with a 5 versus 3 numbers advantage, you can just get the fuck out. You know, like, experiment with your smokes. So here, you did this smoke, you kill the Raze, do the smoke here, flash the enemies backwards, try to see what enemies are gonna do. Or simply Escape with the Killjoy ultimate. Play 5 versus 3 retake and that's it. Stay alive. Be disciplined. Value your life. If you just stay alive in this scenario, you already won the round. And you're not relying on your teammates to win it for you.
Pay that right?
Definitely, you know, there's a lot of these stupid deaths in your gameplay that you can easily remove if you're just a bit more disciplined. And if you actually play, you know, safer. I don't know where the fuck are you going. What was this like? Uno reverse card? But listen. Don't fucking split away from your teammates when you have a 5 versus 3 numbers advantage. Play on the refrag potential. Fuck the map control. Focus on the solid and proper refrag and retake game. Be a disciplined player that I can rely on instead of a fucking imbecile that is going for the solo plays 24/7 and the things that can kill everyone 1 versus 1. Stay with the sky. Hunt the enemy Omen that may be teleported in the CT with her ultimate and win an easy round. Thank you. Thank you.
One's right in front of you.
108 on Omen.
remaining.
Easy.
Okay. Overall, I think that we covered a lot of the topics today. This VOD review is already like 2.5 hours. Play Omen and Phoenix for the next 2.5 months. That is the challenge for you. Try to apply the tips and rules and solutions that I have given you today. And also, I'm gonna give you one more additional part that we're gonna add on top of the initial training that I've recommended you 2 months ago. And please stick to that training. I didn't share that training routine so that you don't use it. Do it. Like, for the next 2.5 months, try to be disciplined. Like, 3 games per day, training routine, Omen and Phoenix. In 2.5 months from now, Immortal 1. Immortal 1. Done. We're gonna stay in touch, we're gonna communicate. Done. Now, if you want to get coached by me, but by the way, my coaching sessions are much better than this shit. Like, this is just a stupid VOD review. Join my Discord server. And make sure to like, subscribe, comment, whatever. I don't know anymore. Like, literally, join my Discord. Submit the clips and stuff like that.